Ah, good old fisticuffs. The next step in every argument when words just aren't enough anymore. Over the ages, we have invented new ways to improve our ability to open a can of whoop ass on the other person. But nothing beats the good old punch to the face. And nobody loves to serve a generous portion of knuckle sandwiches as much as the members of Fairy Tail. They will punch anything and everything. Dragons? Check. Demons? That's just Tuesday for them. They occasionally even punch each other, but some of those punches are better than the others, so I took it upon myself to rank the top 7 most satisfying punches in Fairy Tail. So let's get right into it with number 7. This spot goes to one of the slapstick punches used for comedy. There are a lot of those in Fairy Tail, but none made me laugh as hard as when Natsu was having his usual motion sickness episode on a train, and there's a solution to it was to punch him in the gut so hard he loses consciousness. And the best part is, it worked! I had to pause the episode from how much I was laughing at that. But because it is a punch delivered only for comedic value, without any story significance or factor, it's at the bottom of the list. At number 6 we have not really a singular punch, but a series of punches. It's the one when after being a grade A jerk for the whole arc, Gajion gets his comeuppance when Natsu unleashes a flurry of punches on him, with all the weight of his guildmate's feelings that Gajion hurt. This one was pretty cathartic, and that's why I think it deserves a spot on the list. Speaking of Gajion, at number 5 we have a two-way punch between him and Panther Lily. Seeing those two badasses bond over the course of their fight because of their similar circumstances and convictions was one of the highlights of the Edolas arc for me. And the cross-counter they connected on each other while acknowledging their opponent was the cherry on top. The number 4 spot goes to Gray's rage-filled slagathon to Invel's face after Juvia suffered a guaranteed deadly wound, if Wendy wasn't there, because of Invel's magic. That made the usually chill Gray to boil with anger, who immediately went to settle the score. But Invel armored himself with ice that threatened to freeze Gray with every punch he connected. However, he managed to keep enough of his cool to copy the properties of Invel's ice so he could shatter it before his hands do, and sent him flying with one final punch. A chilling moment, if I do say so myself. Number 3 is a punch from the battle between Wendy and Ezel. When the fearsome demon encounters everyone's favorite adorable little dragon slayer on her way to face, they engage in a battle that saw Wendy struggling at first, but after eating air mixed with magic particles, she unlocks Dragon Force for the first time and skillfully maneuvers Ezel's attack and lands a punch on him that sends him flying across the battlefield. It's a punch that signals not only the turning point of the battle in Wendy's favor, but also her transition from a supporter to a force to be reckoned with. At number 2 we have a punch from Natsu's battle with Jalal. Which one, you might ask? The gut punch so strong it looked like Natsu's fist would come out of Jalal's back? The final blow that sent Jalal crashing into the tower, practically destroying the top floor? Well, it's neither of them. It's the one after Jalal kills Simone and starts berating him how he threw away his life, when all of a sudden Natsu yells at him to shut up and punches him so hard he flew crashing in a nearby wall. That, for me, is the most cathartic punch in the whole show, and that's why it's number 2 on the list. And at number 1 is a punch that didn't impress me that much from a storytelling or character developing perspective. What really impressed me about it is the presentation! I'm talking about the punch at the climax of the Nirvana arc, when Natsu burns his way through Zero's magic and leaps at him with the full force of a dragon. I still get goosebumps watching that punch. Everything about it is done just right presentation-wise. The build-up with Natsu slowly emerging from the magic, the swelling music, the impact. Good god, the way they animated the moment and the force of the impact is what truly sells this punch for me. And for that reason, it's number 1 on my list. And there you have it, my picks for the most satisfying punches in Fairy Tail. Be sure to let me know what moments of fist-to-face contact from Fairy Tail you remember fondly down in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!